live? I don't even know. I think we're good.
It says live, so yeah.
Oh shit, here we go. Yo, welcome everybody to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, and welcome to round number 4 of 15 here in the Silver class, and for another time at Season 16. We're here for the 3-tire special here tonight. So that is mandatory use of all 3-tire compounds in the 50% race. And it'll be a clear race as well. Other than that, that's the only new format options for tonight. We are live on both the YouTube and Twitch, and encourage you guys to watch on your preferred platform, although I will have the YouTube side of things up. And before I go any further, I want to just make sure people can hear me. Let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. I hear myself. That means we're live, Seafreeze. It is myself, Seafreeze, joined alongside, once again, my co-commentator, D'Angelo. And we'll be bringing you guys through tonight's proceedings. And we have 15 drivers out on track, -1, because Pilot is out. And, yeah, it should be a good one. Let me just go through the, oh, Whizbang's off as well. Let me go through the standings real quick, and then we'll get into the race. So we go to the Drivers' Championship. I'll go through the top 5. Zionical in the McLaren is leading with 65 points. He is on the podium all 3 races and has 2 wins, the last 2. We go to Chabar in P2. He's got 28 points. Toblerone has 27 points. We have Halberg with 26. And Bulldog Bazaar, after missing last week, with 25. We go to the Constructors. It's Whizbang and Zionical in the McLaren. And that is at 67. With F1 Nerd and Chabar and the Red Bulls at 49. Halberg and Bags will be at 41. Easy 10 Z-Man at 38. Those are the 2 Alpines. They're in 9th and 10th. And to round off the top 5 is Toblerone and Oreo at 30 points. And if you go even one further, that's 29 points with Bulldog, and we are checking who is not here tonight, although Bulldog is. Those are your standings. Everyone's up to date. D'Angelo, welcome to the stream. And what are we expecting here tonight?
Yeah, it's great to be back. Round 4 of Season 16, back in the Silver Class booth once again. But yeah, Zandvoort, a newer track on the calendar. I think 2021 was the debut in F1, but yeah, a pretty quick lap around here as Zionical's provisional pole lap is a 109.1 off the rip. But yeah, pretty quick lap. Lots of banking in corners. You have the banking coming out of the final corner there, and also the banking, and I want to say it's turn 5 or 6. Might be 5 and 6, the left-hander there. Also with a little bit of banking in the in sector 2 there as well. But yeah, I'm expecting a pretty decent race. Not a lot of opportunities for overtaking, so the strategies with the 3-tire special I feel like are going to come into play, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. More of a strategy race, but I think we will see some carnage.
Yeah, I agree with all those things. I think we're going to have a lot of safety cars, and to be honest, I was kind of saying, like, to everybody, don't really overthink the 3-tire special, because I think everyone will have an opportunity with the safety car to put on another tire, so I don't think it will change the strategy too much when we get to the race. I mean, possibly. The only thing I can think of is depending on what tires everybody starts on. But I think for this week, my suggestion, what I would do if I was racing, which I'm not this round, I would start on either the medium or hard, like a normal race, go to the opposite tire, and then at the end, when there's a safety car, throw in the sauce. So I mean, there's going to be a safety car at the end at some point, so I think I would
It's
assume
happened
so.
every round.
Pretty much.
I think it's happened every round in this class.
Yeah, I know not round 1. That was Qatar. That went pretty green, but I mean the last 2 basically. Yeah. And it happens in a lot of other classes as well, and even last game that was kind of the norm. So I was kind of saying, you know, don't overthink it, guys. Just run your race, use all compounds, and you'll be just fine. It is kind of an old you know, style circuit, you know, because you do got the grass, you do got the gravel traps as Chabar goes P2 once again. This time in quali. Here comes Bulldog. We
The gravel
didn't see him
traps.
last week, but he has a lap good enough for P5. But like you were saying?
But yeah, definitely an older style circuit. We don't really see even all the older circuits that have been on the grid for a long time. They're starting to have lots more runoff areas. Like you see Spa, they have more runoff areas now. Coda, I mean, it's not really an older track, but it's more runoff than it was gravel back when it first came onto the grid or onto the calendar. But still, this is a good. I feel like this is going to really test how well these drivers can stay off the runoff one and also re-enter safely and not crash out if they do somehow go off into these runoff gravel areas.
Alright. We also had a release of the new podcast episode that came out earlier this morning, 8 a.m. So I encourage everybody to take a nice listen. To be honest, we recorded it quite late, and I don't even know what I said. So if I offended anybody,
Seafreeze was probably sleep drunk, so
if I offended anybody, oh well.
if I offended anybody, don't care, didn't ask. Oh, and Bags goes off the track in Sector 2, clipping the brake marker boards, or the braking boards.
Yeah, he's in P4 right now. It's cool to see. He had a nice run last week. Got a podium and a great strategy at the end there as well. And you can see, look at all the dirt on the Ferrari.
It's a dirty boy.
Woo! That means it's quick. D-Swish also want to give a nice little shout out. He made a return last week, and he kind of messed up in the strategy sense of it, but he had the speed last week, and he could have contended for the podium or even the win. And that quality time at the moment proves that just like that. So he's in the Mercedes tonight. He is a reserve, so he is reserving in the Mercedes here tonight. Yeah, no new drivers. We were trying to get a new driver in tonight, but it doesn't seem like he got in yet, unfortunately. So we got the 15 here tonight.
15 might be plenty, honestly, on this kind of track, because it's very narrow in some spots, so drivers are going to try to go too wide, and it's just not going to happen.
I do know that Whizbang... Oh, there is the new driver. Joe B has joined the session. Welcome to TCR. First time in the lobby. Woo! What a way to do it. Whizbang apparently is supposed to be taking back the grid penalty and this week, and he's not, because he is setting lap time, so this is going to probably be another penalty of some sort. I don't really know what the penalty is for that. I don't know if we've ever had that, to be honest.
I don't think we have either. At least I don't remember anybody doing that, because usually we're usually pretty quick and concise on on when you need to serve BOTGs, and so he will probably get a penalty. Job will get a lap in too. He is in the car.
Oh snap.
Just in the pits.
He is in the Haas, although I think his regular car might be the Mercedes. But I don't know if maybe he picked that one. I don't know. He probably should have picked the car he was supposed to be in, but I guess since he joined late, maybe it was buggy, or maybe they didn't have the seat quite correctly fitted to him. As Kluka goes P2. And look at those, both Red Bulls, F1 Nerd able to get there in P4, and very close between each other, both within a tenth. Z-Man Nars is back this week. I think he had upgrades to his setup last time we were talking about that last week or 2 weeks ago. So he's got, I believe, a new setup. Otherwise, I don't know how he'd be racing. Oh, there he is, just in time for the queue, out into the pit lane, ready to go for a lap.
Yep, looks everybody should be heading out pretty soon. Granted, it's a faster lap around here, so you can get away with going even closer to the end. So, because it only, again, takes about 1 minute and 9 seconds if you're fast enough, so.
I will say, this is one of the tracks I really enjoy, mainly more for a hot lap. It's really technical. High speed, quick lap. The banking really plays a factor, and one of the more enjoyable qualifying laps, I will say, in my opinion. Maybe not as much as more of like the classic ones like Silverstone or Suzuka, or I even love Singapore for a hot lap, but Monaco even for hot lap's sake. But Netherlands is probably in the upper half. It's just when you get to the race,
I would have to agree with you on that one.
It does play a little bit different when you get to the race.
Oh, it plays a lot different.
Here's Chabar finishing a lap here. He goes no improvement, and that'll be it for him, unless he has enough fuel to go again. So he's only good enough for 5th at the moment. His teammate is starting another lap, his final one of the day. Damn, there's 15 people watching us right now. Oh, welcome everybody. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome aboard. Say what's up in the comments. Make sure everybody's alive and doing well. And I already see some predictions here. We have Camden saying Chabar, F1 Nerd, and Kluka. That's not biased at all. But based off their qualities...
Oh no, it's definitely biased.
Based off the qualities right now, I mean, I think he's got a point. We'll go on board with F1 Nerd, because he's going to be one of the ones to finish the laps first. He's a purple middle. Bulldog is out. He will be no better than 8th. Daniel Morris goes P2. Here comes F1 Nerd. Does he get a nice run out the final corner? Looks like there was a halt in the engine there, at least on the onboard. He goes P4 ahead of D-Swish. We got an Aston Martin.
D-Swish is also on a flyer.
See what Oreo could do. Does not improve. Whizbang is already done. Toblerone goes 10th. Easy's in the pits.
D-Swish invalidated.
Halberg is around in the final corner. Here's D-Swish, you said was invalidated. Yeah, it's thinning out quick here. Bags is
Zionicle got a little blockage. Zionicle got a little bit blocked in that before the second or the left-hander in sector 2.
It seems to be an Alfa Romeo in front. You see some debris on the bank. He might get a little bit of slipstream, not that it'll help that much, but I think he'll improve to a .9, an 8.9, only driver to do so, and I think that is going to be it, so he will take pole position. Zionicle starts on the front row. It's an impressive lap there by Zionicle, and he really is showing that he is the favorite here in the silver class after 3 rounds and leading the championship. He's been showing up every week. He's been on the podium every week. He's got 2 wins to his name. Although he does get challenged in these races, it's just whether or not can the other drivers put a nice race together and challenge. Can D-Swish, can Daniel Morris, can Kluka, can Bulldog, can Z-Man, maybe one of the Red Bulls as well. There's a lot of competitors out there that can take the fight to Zionicle, but so far it seems like it's really just been him out there.
Yeah, I think, and really, if Zionicle's qualifying pace has been kind of relative to his race pace as well, and so almost 6/10 ahead of Dan Morris in second. If he keeps up like this, he might win another one here tonight.
All right. Well, we do have formation lap off again. We were gonna try it, and then there was still more hesitation with the glitches. So we got to go right into the race here. D'Angelo, how about you start the predictions this week?
I mean, you can't. I don't think you can really pick anybody but Zionicle. I mean, he's just been on fire. And early in the season, I think I'm gonna have him for the win, and I'm gonna keep Dan Morris in P2. You saw a pretty decent quality pace from him, and I think the 3 tires strategy is gonna help him out in the end. And I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm being biased here. We're gonna put Jabbar in P3. He's gonna get 2 podiums in a row. Qualified in P6, I think it said. Wasn't really paying attention to the board. But yeah, P6. I think he's in a good spot in this 3 tire special.
Oh man. It's going to be hard not to go for Zionicle, but because you did pick Zionicle, I'm going to go for Daniel Morris for the win. I think he has the speed to contend more in the race, and I think last week it just didn't really go so well. He got spun and had some issues, but I think he'll do it here today. I think Zionicle will be P2, and I want F1 Nerd for P3.
Pretty solid predictions there.
Those watching, please leave your predictions down below as we get ready to start this race. Don't forget to share some love on the video on the YouTube side of things. Hit that like button, start bringing in some comments, and we have all information in the description down below. If you want to find out more about TCR, you could also join our Discord where we are the most active. We had our new podcast episode released this morning. We got some TCR merch as well. You can look at that as I'm drinking from my TCR coffee mug, and I am all out of coffee. Bummer. Tomorrow's the Golden Class and Platinum Class on Thursday for their 3-tire special. 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And for now, we get the 5 red lights for round 4 here in the silver class for the 3-tire special. Let's do it. Into turn 1 we go. Zionicle gets a nice lead. We have a little bit of ghosting as we have a couple cars spun, and that is
no safety car
Bulldog.
Or VSC off the start here, but yeah, Z-Man and D-Swish spinning in turn 1 there, and also another car's around. It's Oreo, or no, it's not Oreo. It's the hell is happening? There's a car back there and it's glitching.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, we got a leaderboard glitch.
It looks like there's ghosting or something. It's like weird on my screen. That was not
we got a leaderboard glitch.
Oh my goodness! What is going on here in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Z-Man's out in the back, followed by D-Swish and Toblerone. They did not have a good start to this race, and they got some damage and all sorts.
Oh,
of
and Jove's around in his first race.
Oh, Joby.
That's a BSC.
Joby's got no wing. And yeah, VSC. Which might be good to catch our breath a little bit, because man, it looked like the start, and Zionical picked up some, or he's gonna take advantage of this. He's gonna get off the soft tire and use. And this is the 3-tire special, I think. I think otherwise he would have stayed out.
He's putting on the hards, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The hards on the tire wear is not that bad on this track, so he can really take the hards if there is like another VSC or a full safety car if it's pretty late in the race. So good. I feel like that's a great decision from Zionical right there.
Oh, and he wheels it right out of the pit lane there, and we're still under the VSC as Oreo is now left the session, so he's having some problems. Yeah, it's interesting. He was really the only one with no damage to pit. And it puts him back in traffic. He has a little bit of gap up, to the front as we're back under green. So we'll see if he gets held up, if he catches up to that next group, or if this really does come back to play, the strategy game later on in this race. But yeah, for the first time, we have Zionical more in the back of the pack. So this definitely changes how things are played, because now Daniel Morris leads from Kluka and F1 Nerd.
Yep, Dan Morris is in the lead, but he does not have much of a gap on F1 Nerd and Kluka. And honestly, if you're F1 Nerd, because DRS will now be activated, and here comes Kluka down the inside into turn 1 on Dan Morris. Dan Morris going to go around the outside here. Kluka will have the inside line into this little left-right section here. He does back off though, lets Dan Morris through. But that he loses a lot of time to F1 Nerd behind on the medium tire.
Yeah, both Red Bulls on the medium, because you have Chabar not too far behind as well. He's still within that second, and he sees a whole bunch of mess in front of him. And the DRS should be here shortly. It might have got an extension period based off the VSC. But Oreo's back into the session. Chabar goes deep, hits the curb, and he's into the gravel.
Yeah, his car bottomed out. The floor bottomed out on that curb there because it raises higher than the floor. Unfortunate for Jabbar. He only loses one position, but he also does lose a lot of speed.
Back up front,
that
Kluka.
Section, and now Kluka is going to take advantage.
Kluka's stuck in the gravel. He went for a move onto Daniel Morris, and he botched the corner. He missed his braking point. He went into the gravel. He kept it moving. But he's up to 4th, so 2 drivers into the gravel traps already, and we're only on lap 3.
Yeah, pretty chaotic starts the race. Kluka's in, gonna get off those soft tires, and he speeds in the pit lane.
One mistake leads to another. Let's see what tire he puts on. It'll be the hard tire, the white tire. And he'll go pretty long into this race, but that changes how it is up front, because now it's a 2-horse race with F1 Nerd giving some pressure.
Yeah, F1 Nerd will have DRS in this next DRS zone at the end of Sector 2. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be close enough, depending on how much Dan Morris's soft tires are waning here in the early stages. Looks like F1 Nerd does get a decent exit. He will look to make a move, but no battery deploy. Just sticks behind him into the chicane.
He's got full-on battery, 100%. As Daniel Morris, a little bit less than that. As we have a move here, Pilot and Easy is into the gravel as well, and Halberg gets around. A little bit maybe contact, but there's another battle here. Toblerone trying to go around the outside. Zionical gets past his teammate, maybe a little argy-bargy through the banked corner.
Yep, during all that, F1 Nerd did get by Dan Morris right before turn 1, and Dan Morris goes a little deep into the bank there, almost runs into the back of F1 Nerd. That allows F1 Nerd to get a great exit into the fast left-right section here.
And Oreo in the comments is saying the game glitched and had the AI took control of the car and nothing worked. Things will be better next week. So unfortunate for Oreo, and he is out of this race. We'll see him next week. So some problems with the game glitching, and sometimes you can't do anything about that. Thanks for the update, Oreo.
We still call them Bugmasters.
There's a little bit of
They
bugging
are
in.
called Bugmasters for a reason.
We got Bags and Bulldog. Bags takes it. Oh, Bulldog fighting around the outside.
Bulldog gonna fight back. Bags shoves him off the track. Good defensive driving from Bags there as he gets the overtake. But this allows Shabar back in this fight against Bulldog now.
As you can see, Bags went
Gonna have a
more
little
towards
weave in
the
here.
inside, yeah, to defend that slipstream, which is really powerful, even on this track where it's not such a long straight compared to others.
Might not be such a long straight, but they get that slipstream through that bank corner before the DRS straight too. So it's honestly, even with some turning action, you don't really lose any speed because of the banking. So the slipstream is very, very potent, like you said.
Yeah, all through that section there, it's kind of a curvy straight, but yeah, the effect of the slipstream is still very much there.
F1 Nerd, I think Dan Morris's softs are starting to wane on him a little bit. That gap is starting to form between the medium runner and the soft runner up at the front.
And Zionical still trying to get through this traffic, so this could be hurting him in the strategy as the other rivals out in front are clean on the track, and he's trying to get past Easy 10. And we'll see if he could do anything on the main straightaway, but it seems he's getting a little bit held up as Easy goes deep into the gravel. And Tolbarone.
That's going to allow him to try to make a move on Halberg too.
Almost hit him. He hit him, but he almost scratched him.
Zionical on Halberg into turn 1. Zionical will get the move done. What a move, honestly. Had him right from the jump, going around the outside into turn 1.
And he's 3.5 seconds back from this next pack, which includes Pilot, who started last in this race after crashing out in qualifying, or maybe he served a back through, not too sure, but he started from the back. Oh, and Bags goes deep. He's off into the curb, luckily not much into the gravel, but he will be back at the end of the tail. It's now Pilot, Shabar, and Bulldog.
Yep, Bulldog got a little bit squirrely right out of that corner heading into the DRS straight. This is going to allow Shabar to attack here. Shabar looks around the outside, but thinks better of it. Also, this is getting time for these soft runners in this 3-tire special. Do they want to pit now, or do they want to hold these soft tires as long as possible and then hold a hard stint pretty long and then wait for a safety car closer to the end of the race to throw the mediums on?
Here comes Shabar, and a good point on the strategy front as these mediums are now working. Bulldog goes a little bit deep. Can Shabar fight around the outside? I think he will. He'll have it a little bit. This one you have to do a little bit of lifting. Who has the momentum?
Great battling between these two.
Oh, they're
it's
wheel
gonna be Bulldog, a little bit of contact.
And
if
Bulldog
you're Pilot behind, you're
edges
loving this,
ahead.
and Bulldog.
Oh man, he had the momentum. That was NASCAR style. He took it around the outside.
Look at Pilot.
Yep, he's right in the mix.
This is allowing Bags and Zionical to catch up now. If you're Zionical, you are loving this.
And Bulldog blinking on the battery. Shabar getting awfully close. He'll surely be close on the next straightaway. But as is Pilot, and Bags has just joined this group, as is Zionical. He's right there.
What great driving from all these guys so far.
Shabar's going
here
inside.
comes
He's
Shabar
already ahead. Because of the battery, he was low. Bulldog was low. Shabar gets the move quite easily, in fact.
Yeah, look at Pilot though behind. He has 54% battery still on soft tires. So he's going to try to make a couple moves here with high battery as these softs start to wane.
Zionical's here. He's all over the back door of bags, and he's just going to sit behind and wait maybe for this next main straight, maybe wait for a mistake possibly. But he's got to watch his race too, because he is on a different strategy. He's already pitted where these guys really have not.
Yeah, I think you might see, except maybe Chabar, I think you're going to see these guys in front of him soon. Bags goes a little bit deep. That's going to allow Zionical to take advantage with the DRS. A little bit of battery usage there. He will have the outside line. He does get the move done before the corner. Sector 2 yellow flag. It's Whizbang. Whizbang's out. Safety car.
And there he is he's stranded on the right. His right wheel is off. His right wheel is off. And yes, we have a safety car. F1 Nerd is in the pit lane.
Yep, that's going to play into Red Bull's hands perfectly. A little bit of a double stack here. So they're going to, both Red Bulls will put on the hard tires. Oh, Chabar.
It looked like it. And Bulldog. Hey, he wanted a copycat. Yeah, he got one too. I saw it.
That penalty is going to be served.
I was on board Chabar. I said, I think you got a break soon. He's like, nope. And he sped in the pit lane, and Bulldog was following. Sometimes you do what the others do around you, and he did get a 5-second penalty as well. Interesting enough, Zionical did not pit at all. So he's going
to take those hards a little bit longer.
Yeah, he'll take that track position now.
I don't know if the mediums would last 26 laps.
Right.
Well, 24 or 23 with the safety car, but I don't think they would last that long.
Yeah. Well,
so
the only
he's
thing
kind of
here,
getting caught out.
Yeah, a little bit, because now he's 8 laps older tires, and F1 Nerd and everybody else is right behind him. So that gap kind of diminished a little bit.
I think as he showed last week on older tires, he just flown through the field, getting back up to the front. So he is capable of still gapping others behind him on older tires.
Yeah.
So it's not like for F1 Nerd or Dan Morse or these guys, it's not like it's going to be easy at all.
And somehow Chabar has 10 seconds in time penalties. I know he got 1 for speeding in the pit lane. The other one, I'm not too sure where he got that.
I'll check the director. It says severe collision with Bulldog. So he might have accidentally tapped Bulldog under safety car, because Bulldog also got 1. So whoever contacted will keep the penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe Bulldog hit the back of Chabar coming into the pits, but then he might have got the penalty. So yeah, Chabar might have hit Bulldog under safety car possibly. It doesn't look like there's any damage, but yeah, if he is at fault for it, he'd probably keep it, unless it was so minor it wasn't deserved.
Agreed.
Anywho, that was some great racing, especially between Bulldog, Chabar, Bags, and Pilot, as well as, you know, the front pack with F1 Nerd and Zionical and Daniel Morris, you know, earlier on in the race. I think this track is fun in the game more in real life, because you have these different bankings and you could really do a couple different lines. When you're the car behind, you kind of want to set the car up to get a better run out of some of these corners, and I think you saw a lot of that over-unders, some drivers opting for a wider line to get a better exit, and through some of the banked corners of I think it's turn 4, I believe. Yeah, turn 4, that big banked corner, you could really do a few different things through there. So while you're racing others, you could really get a sense of setting a driver up, and sometimes when you overtake, you have to do that by a few corners before to really set them up. Although the slipstream DRS effect on this main straight is really big, especially if you have a battery advantage. You know, you could really launch off the final corner. But it's been really good so far, a lot more overtaken than I expected.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. These drivers are being ultra aggressive. So it's actually really fun to see because I really thought it would be more strategy based, but so far it kind of had that element, but also the overtaking element. And honestly, I think safety cars should be in this lap.
And we're just waiting on Joby, who he had a rough first few laps as it is his debut. Although he's got an opportunity here to catch back to the end of the pack and possibly score some points. He's only 14th, so a few more, he'll be up in the points. Now, we can expect some big moves from Kluka and D-Swish. Look, they're on the soft tires. Just put them on. They're going to be absolutely flying in this stint. Everyone else is on hard tires, and this is why we have this 3-tire special, because normally they probably would have put on the medium or hard and go to the end of the race, but because they have to satisfy this tire, they want to use it now, get some track position. They fell back a little bit in this race. They're going to move up big time on everyone else who's on the hard tire as you have left the session.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. It says I'm communicating with online services, but I am Ethernet. I am hardwired.
Alright, well I did send you one, but see if you join later on. We are back green and ready to go. Daniel Morris trying to overtake F1 Nerd into turn 1. And a little bit of contact, and Daniel Morris is off into the gravel. Here comes Bulldog. He gets past, and Daniel Morris is down to 4th. Coming through to Toblerone, trying to pass some of the Ferraris, and he does so. Here comes Kluka with these soft tires. Sometimes with this big tire difference, you have to just really be so patient to make sure don't close too much in the braking zone. He's got the grip. He's going to try and go around the outside if he can. Another thing in this game, you go offline, you get some dirt on those tires, it doesn't do much for you. But we're back up to the front. Zionical is not getting past. He's not pulling the gap here. And I think that's the tire difference, because it's about 8 laps or so. Toblerone is in the wall. Oh, and I think he could be... Oh, he did track reset, which might have been the game, but all warranted. And that's a safety car. Now, that shouldn't be a safety car, and I agree with that, because he got back going. And we do have another safety car. That's kind of ridiculous. We've lost D'Angelo as well, so hopefully we get him back. So we are under another safety car due to Toblerone hitting the wall. As I'm getting a little bit of lag here, I don't know what's going on. This lobby doesn't seem the best. Does anybody take advantage of this safety car? Probably not, because everybody just pitted. Not much has changed from last one to this one. We do have Kluka in the pits, and he might put the medium tire or the hard, whatever else he needs to satisfy. I think it's the medium. He'll try to go on to the end, and I think he will definitely be able to do that. Now, just because you use 3 tires, you know, to satisfy the 3-tire compounds, doesn't mean you can't stop more. I mean, you definitely can. Obviously, if you have damage, you're going to be pitting and putting new tires on, but just want to make sure everyone knows that. We have a comment by US Overwheel. Now does Zionicle box? I would say no. If he boxes now, he's going to lose all his track position. Even earlier, I think it would have been a little too early. Because remember, he has to pit, but everyone else also has to pit. If we look at the stops here, the top 9 have to pit again. From 10th on back, it's maybe questionable. So Zionicle's going to wait and possibly get the safety car back going, and then once he pulls a gap from the rest of the cars behind, and maybe if there's a safety car late, then he'll put on the final tire, which I think for him is a medium tire. Welcome back, D'Angelo.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think my PlayStation decided to, sorry for my language, shit itself, so I don't know what happened.
It's alright. We're under another safety car here.
What the hell did I miss?
Not much. Toblerone just
Toblerone?
he I don't even know what corner that was. I think it was turn 4. He got kind of beached in the gravel and stopped for a little long. Yeah, it was right on the left there, I believe. And he just stayed for a little bit too much. Oh, there's a stack up here.
Oh boy.
Man. So it was a quick safety car. It didn't really change much other than just add a few laps in formation.
Hello?
Yeah, we got you. We got a copy.
Okay, I was like, someone die again? Alright, safety car in this lap, finally. I can see racing.
I was just making sure I could get my voice to the end of this stream.
Considering that there's already been a VSC and 2 full safety cars, yeah.
Now this is what Zionicle, he's usually known for leading safety cars. Make sure the safety car gets in. He's holding it, now he goes.
Gets a good jump, look at Bulldog.
Yeah.
Got a decent jump on F1 Nerd as well. He's using the battery. So I think he's going to send it here. Yeah, he will.
Alright, side by side, Bulldog's moving on up. And he is up to P2.
What a move. Oh, Job! Spins in the back. A little bit, lots of stackage up here. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh,
Ghosting going on for Easy as well.
Easy.
There's a lot of carnage on this restart so far.
Let's settle it out, settle it down.
Also, DRS will not be activated till lap 19.
I think Bulldog really has some nice pace here. He does have that penalty though. Toblerone already back up to 8th. Holy man.
Yeah, those medium tires. He's flying through these guys.
He's got next up a Z-Man.
F1 Nerd might try to make a move on Bulldog, but Bulldog is depleting his battery. He is deleting it, basically.
And ahead Pilot on Shabar. Pilot's got the inside. Shabar is going to stick it around the outside. He's going to lose a position.
Not what you want if you're Jabbar, because you need to try to get as many positions as possible with that 5 second, even though he does have to pit one more time, so he will serve one of those anyway, I think.
And Toblerone was really close to the back of Z-Man. He had to lift off the throttle a little bit because there was nowhere to put the car.
Toblerone on these mediums, he is flying.
Yeah, I think the medium is a really nice race tire. I think the softs are good, but only maybe later on in the race when you're on lower fuel. The mediums really seem to be, at this stage, the best tire. Oh, and he outbroke himself a little bit. Toblerone almost went into the back of him. And good to avoid contact.
Easy and Kluka. Easy's going to get the outside.
So you go back to the
by
front.
Easy there.
Here comes Bulldog for the race lead. Gets it into turn 1. The AlphaTauri is leading once again.
It's allowing F1 Nerd to catch up now too, because I think Zionical's tires are... The grip looks like it's running out. Might be time for Zionical under green to get on those mediums pretty soon.
Yeah, I think pitting so early could be coming back to haunt him because he's going to have a tire deficit in the negative direction. Because everyone else will have younger tires from here on out unless he can hold off and really get through this stage of the race.
Yeah, even so, tires on this game, when they go out, it's a tall order to keep any sort of pace. Even if you're as good as Zionical is, as we know, once they go, they go.
I like that. Once they go, they go. Seems like a Seafreeze quote. Maybe it is. Sounds like something I would say. Maybe we're doing this too much commentary together. Here comes Pilot. Oh, it hits a little bit of Daniel Morris.
Oh, more contact. And Z-Man and Shabar also fighting, and here comes Toblerone. Z-Man, oh my god, what is happening? Toblerone around the outside of Shabar gets the move done. Takes advantage of the battling there between Shabar and Z-Man.
Man, Shabar's really getting handled over here. And Bags wants a little bit too. You know, it's sometimes easy when you see one guy losing positions. Everybody wants to hop on and say, "Yeah, that's one for me too. Let me get by." And Bags almost wanted that. F1 Nerd on the back of Zionical. I think he's going to line him up here. I think the grip is right where he needs it to be. Oh! Man, that was close out of the final corner.
Does get the move done before the quarter, basically. We'll have to make sure he sticks it and gets a good exit, though. He does.
Toblerone gets up to P6 as Pilot gets past Daniel Morris.
Yeah, Dan Morris on the same amount of lap old hards as Pilot, F1, and Bulldog, not having a lot of pace really all of a sudden.
And F1 Nerd is already on the back of Bulldog after getting past Zionical. I think he's the quickest guy on track right now as opposed on this tire. I think Toblerone might be actually the quickest. But here comes F1 Nerd. He's getting the inside and such great traction off the corner. He's going to take the lead.
Yeah, Bulldog got a bad exit out of that corner there. Or not really, wasn't even really that bad. He just got a not as good exit.
Bunch of battling in this midfield. It's hard to keep track of, but we go back onto the main straight. See how the DRS affects between this top three. Bulldog is going to fight back.
In. Zionical is in. F1 gonna stick it on the inside, and he is gonna let Bulldog through.
Behind.
Gonna play into Zionical, and it's not going to be a safety car.
That's crazy. That one isn't, but the
wow,
other
they got
was.
it out of here really quick. Unfortunate for Zionical there.
Actually, I don't think that would have helped him too much because he did a lot of his pit stop under green anyway. If anything, it would have helped Bulldog, F1 Nerd, Pilot. But we are continuing green as Z-Man is out of this race. Back into this mess, which Jabbar again. Oh, Not the first time we saw gravel today. You gotta clean those babies off. Oh, another one out, and that brings out a safety car. Joe B in his first race is out. As Bulldog again, speeding in the pit lane.
Damn, they must really like speeding. How many tickets in real life do these guys have?
It's a good question. I think we should do a little bit of that. In order to get in, you need your driver's license, your social security, and your credit card information.
Not the credit card.
Alright, so this was kind of a unique time this safety car came out because it kind of split the field in half because the top 5 weren't able to pit. They were past the pit entrance.
Yeah,
actually, I was on board with Chabar, and Chabar could have pitted, Easy could have pitted, and they decided to stay out. So it's really only the top few.
Well, really, it's actually going to play out about the same anyway because everybody's got to worry about the delta since the leaders aren't by the safety car right now. So it's really going to be about the same. So F1 Nerd, theoretically, if everybody pits, will still come out in the lead.
Both Williams, 2-3 right now. F1, oh, they're going to pit now, so F1 Nerd and Pilot. Remember, they couldn't come in last lap. Kluka, here comes Chabar. He's deciding to pit now. I believe he had an opportunity to pit prior, but maybe not. He is serving a penalty, so that one that he got under contact is now non-removable. And once we cycle back through, Easy still has to pit. He only did one stop in this race. But apart from that, everyone else should have satisfied their tires. Now we always do check at the end, because we'll just disqualify you if you don't use all the tires. So it's really a net pilot and Toblerone. Zionical lost a little bit in that transition. He's down to a net P4.
Soft tires for F1 Nerd. I could have sworn he had... Oh, wait, no, he started on the mediums. So, yeah, 12 laps on the softs is doable. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. But, yeah, F1 Nerd is in first.
Honestly, I think that could be the favorite right now, being on the soft tire, because we're going to run at least one more lap. And he'll be on the soft tire on low fuel. He's going to easily get past Easy. Oh, it's going to come in this lap. Wow, that's early. They didn't give much time.
No, they gave 0 Fs.
They're like, we're not going around again. Well, here we go. Easy goes, and F1 Nerd will follow. And you best believe he's going to dump the battery. He didn't get the best run, and he'll have to wait a few more corners.
Looks like everybody gets away pretty well on the restart here.
Oh, Easy
F1
goes
Nerd
deep.
going down the inside.
Here comes Toblerone.
Toblerone, I think, Toblerone has pit 3 times. He's pit 3 times, so he is good. I'm gonna check the race director on tires for everybody. Yep, Toblerone has been on the mediums twice, hards once, and softs once. Easy still.
Oh, but he goes deep. Toblerone ruins it all, and he's spinning Toblerone style.
Around.
Morris is around.
Easy has not gone on the softs yet, though.
No, not yet.
Pilot Zionical. Zionical goes deep into the gravel.
Oh, watch the rejoin. He's alright. And struggles for the championship leader, as he's now down to 9th.
That, honestly, that might be either brakes overheating or the tires just weren't firing up for him. Pilot down the inside of Easy. The faster tire gets the job done really easily. And this is going to allow Kluka.
Oh, no, he got hooked.
Kluka's out.
He got hooked.
Swish.
He got hooked.
Bulldog takes Kluka out, and it will not be a safety car.
Oh, he got hooked. That's a... I don't know.
That's another penalty for Bulldog.
I would assume so. I mean, I haven't rewatched it, obviously, but it looked like
Kluka was having a great run.
And Bulldog's got damage.
Effectively, if everybody can keep Yab, Bulldog's struggling. Basically his entire right side, oh no, just his end plate's gone, but it's probably more damage than that than what we can see.
D-Swish trying to go around the outside of Chabar. Does not make the move. Chabar is on the soft tires, and he'll try to get past Easy 10, who is yet to pit. Again, he needs to pit.
Yeah, and Easy's at 2% battery.
Whoa!
And he's in.
He was trying to go right, but he was coming to the pits, and now here comes D-Swish down to turn 1.
And Easy with... What is with all these speeding penalties?
But Chabar holds it around the outside. It's that grip of the soft tire that's going to prevail him up to in the podium positions with only around 9 or so laps to go. And Cyonical, out of nowhere, is back to 5th with all this chaos. And now what do we got again? Oh my god, I can only talk so much, guys. Toblerone, he's
and
out.
Will not be a safety car. Still, wow, that probably definitely should be a safety car, honestly.
That's the second time today he's in that same spot. I don't know.
Well, now if everybody just finishes the race, they get points.
I like the sound of that. D'Angelo, can you do me a favor? Go see if F1 Nerd on the website, does he have any race wins in Silver Class? Because I do not think so, but I want to make sure in case. I want to make sure we get this right for him. Because he is leading this race. I know Pilot, he's a new driver. And we still got many laps left. Zionical's under pressure, or he's making pressure.
F1 Nerd does not have any wins.
And he didn't have any last season, right?
Not that I know of.
No, it was only the main 3. Yeah, so he doesn't have any. Oh, another... Bags went for a local spin.
Seems like the spins are pretty prevalent here in the Netherlands this week. And it's been one race.
I tell you, that was nonsense crazy. There was so much happened in that last few laps, and everybody is out. So it's F1 Nerd followed by Pilot. We'll see how these tires fare towards this end of the race. Chabar's in 3rd, but he's getting overtaken by Zionical, possibly. Chabar's really good around that outside. He really likes that momentum, and he really can keep it so high, that momentum, to defend from the car behind.
Yeah, Cyonical, he is trying his damnedest to get this podium at least on track.
I mean, Chabar does have that penalty, so it's going to be hard for him to podium here, because he sped in the pit lane.
Yeah, and that contact as well. Well, would the 5 seconds still get removed because he could have served one?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because he served one, and so you could just say the other one was the contact one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If assumably it gets taken away, absolutely. And Zionical gets past, but look at the battery. And Chabar sees that.
There's no battery.
And man, he's not using any. He's going to stick behind and get double overtaken.
Oh my god, here comes Diesel! Whoa! D-Swish was like, you guys forgot about me.
Man, he had some nitrous on that thing.
D-Swish has used 5 different sets of tires. This is his 5th set of the race, so this is like a triple recovery drive for D-Swish right now.
That reminds me of Sequit when he raced in Platinum. He always pits when a safety car comes out. He always pits. He pits 5-6 times a race, and sometimes it works out. But most times, you don't want to pit that many times. But he always pitted a lot, and it kind of worked out for him, to be fair. And it's working out, and he always ran in the Mercedes too, for the most part. Look at the gap out in front, though. There is none. Pilot for the lead. He'll take charge. I guess, I don't know, is there anything left in this soft tire? And if so, can he at least stick with Pilot within the DRS to make another charge the next lap?
Even if Pilot makes a mistake, just stay within that second to take advantage.
He does have a battery advantage, so you at least take a positive there, and the light blinking tells F1 Nerd that as well. He'll pick up some DRS here, but he gets a bad exit.
Yeah, but Pilot's under the 10%. That light is blinking on the Williams.
Little loose for F1 Nerd. Will he be within the DRS? Oh, I don't know if he got it. We'll see if he gets DRS down the main stretch.
He did.
Oh, he did. Nice. But he's going to be 1.2.
Sector 2 yellow. Yeah, he's far behind now. I think the softs are at their wits' end.
There's still a couple more laps. Things can happen in this race, and I wouldn't call it over because the safety car is still very much in the realm of possibility. Closest battle on tracks between Zionicle and D-Swish, and this is for the podium hunt. I just want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in, and don't forget to leave a like on the video if you've been enjoying. It's definitely been a lot of fun up until this point, and we have a few laps left to figure it all out. Tomorrow is the Golden class, and Thursday for the Platinum class. Same time, same place. And we'd appreciate you guys tune in for those. Same thing, Netherlands for their 3-tire special.
Yeah, that gap now between Pilot and F1 Nerd, I think it's too large now, unless Pilot were to make a mistake. So.
And Pilot's been pretty quick this season. Remember, he started the season where he got disconnected and he couldn't even race the first round because the AI, he couldn't take control of it. I believe he missed a race or he had some bad luck because he hasn't really been up in these positions where he's very capable of doing so. So like I was saying earlier in the stream, Zionicle's been very consistent. Now, can anyone else beat him? Absolutely. And I think today we saw that Zionicle didn't really have the best strategy because he pitted early and he was kind of playing from behind a little bit. But Pilot could be that one to beat him here today, and that would be the third different winner. And we'll see some consistency as Easy.
Oh, Easy's out.
Easy's out. Bulldog's around.
Oh, wow.
Hold
Won't be a
your
safety
breath.
car. It's too late.
I don't know.
Lap 34. Yeah, it's too late.
We've seen crazier things, but Easy is out, and I think he's not going to get any points. He didn't hit the 90% rule. All you got to do is finish, folks. What's that saying? In order to finish, you must... Oh man, I'm gonna mess it up. In order to finish, you must first finish, or something? I don't know.
In order to win, you must finish.
No, I think there's something... If anybody's watching and you know what I'm messing it up terribly, but tell it in the comments.
I'm messing it up.
I'm messing it up over here.
Max has no front wing, apparently, by the way.
In order to finish first you must finish. There we go. That's what it is. I don't know who said it. I said it, goddammit, that's right. Yeah, there you go. In order to finish first, you must finish. I think who was that old guy with the hat in F1? Who wears the hat? The good old you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know, do I?
I describe him as a leprechaun, but he's, you know, the guy who wears the overalls and he wears the top hat. Good old
top overalls and top hat?
Yeah, the top hat. Jackie Stewart. I think Jackie Stewart said that. If I gotta look this up after, or somebody tell me. I think that was his quote.
Well, Pilot is now on the finale lap.
Oh snap! Can he do it? This will be his first one if he could hold on. And he took it away from F1 Nerd, a veteran of the silver class.
He did not take it away from no slouch, that's for sure. Pilot will definitely be the biggest winner. Not just winner of the race, but up 15 positions.
Yeah, didn't he
from
start
his starting
last?
spot.
Was this the last? The first?
He started last.
Wow.
I already can. If he does cross the line first, I'm already awaiting his reaction.
And according to Camden Luca, that was a Schumacher quote, not a Jackie Stewart quote. Well, at least there you have it. So Pilot come around the final few corners, and in Schumacher's quote style, in order to finish first you must finish. Say that 3 times, 10 times quick, because Pilot will win his first race here in TCR in the silver class here at the Netherlands 3-tire special. Congratulations to the Williams driver. F1 Nerd picking up P2 with Zionical in P3. And we will hear from them in the post-race interviews, so don't go anywhere. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and we'll ask the top 3 right after this race. D-Swish in 4th, Chabar in 5th, and that penalty, even if he gets her removed, I don't think it's going to do anything. Halberg in 6th, Daniel Morris in 7th, Bags in 8th, Bulldog, Bazaar in 9th, although he is kind of ghosting. I wonder if he disconnected, or we got to make sure that it's actually him. Because if it's not, then he doesn't get points, so let's make sure we know. We'll have to ask to see afterwards. Wow, I need a lie down after that one. That was insane. Good luck, Golden class. Good luck, Platinum class.
Thank you. Maybe there'll be a bunch of chaos and I just win. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. And he's getting his trophy. congratulating the team. It's time for champagne! I'm surprised they don't have the music. I have to make my own, I guess. Anywho, those are the results. Pilot in first, F1 Nerd in second, Zionical finishes in a P3, D-Switch, Chabar, Halber, Morris, Bags, and Bulldog. We'll have to see if he actually finished the race and not a disconnect. Bags got the fastest lap. He'll get an additional point. Easy 10 crashes out. I think he satisfies the 90% rule, so he might get a few points to the championship. Toblerone, Kluka, Joe Bay in his debut, Z-Man, Whizbang, who might be getting a penalty because he didn't serve it back with the grid here today, and Oreo, half African with AI issues, all DNFing.
Easy will not complete the 90% rule.
Wow.
88. It's basically rounded up. It's 89%.
Wow, 89. Would you look at that? Alright, how do I get out? Alright, here we go. And we're going to be starting the post-race interviews.
Yep, we are waiting on F1
This is a lot. I'm sorry for those PlayStation guys, Camden and the crew on the Platinum class commentary, because this is so much easier. We finish the race and everybody just joins. We don't have to send invites or nothing. This is incredible.
We'll all move to PC eventually.
Alright, we'll move on to McLaren of Zionical P3. That's where you first started in this season, in your first race. And you get another podium. You keep that streak going. You did not get a win. It was a little different with the strategy. You decided to pit real early, and I think that kind of costed you, put you back on an altering strategy, and it just didn't all go perfectly your way today.
Yeah. I mean, I went on softs early because I figured there would be a safety car early, and that was the pair I was willing to shed early, obviously. And so I was fine with doing that. Like, that was totally the plan. I mean, I was hoping for safety car outright, but VSC was fine. It was still part of the plan, if that came up early. But then I went on to the hards, and then there was another safety car, which that was tough. That hurt me. And then there was another safety car in that stint where I still couldn't go in. Because the tires were just not lasting. Like, even the hards were melting. And so, yeah, I mean, it just all unraveled from there. And I'm glad I could save points, but also kind of disappointed I didn't do better with the pace I had.
And how was it out there? It looked like a little chaotic towards the second half. Everybody got crashed out. And actually really helped you get back onto the podium.
Yeah, after like the first 3 VSCs all being like neutral to bad for me, that last one was okay. And then there was an incident in front of me. I didn't see who it was. That helped me jump 2 spots right after I had made a mistake in sector 3. So I mean, yeah, it seemed really chaotic. I think I was just literally racing no one for most of the race because I was on such a weird strategy. And so not until like right after there did I get to race some people. And yeah, even then I had a shot at the win, and then I just went into the gravel trap, and it was just saving whatever I could get.
And yeah, how are we feeling moving forward?
I'm still feeling good. I think, Pilot had great pace. I mean, winning from last to first is crazy. That's really good. And F1 Nerd had really good pace too. Like, both of those guys, I realized about like halfway through the race, like they really were like tough to catch. And so I had started to worry that my strategy might screw me. But they also weren't like second and third in points before this race or anything. So I don't think so. It could have been worse.
Nice. All right. And D'Angelo, any questions for Zionical?
I do not actually have any questions right
That's
now.
fine. All right. Well, good podium, and we'll see you next week when you're on another podium. We'll make this a
Hopefully.
weekly thing. We'll do this.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that.
Well, that was our Zionicle segment. Now we'll move on to P2. And we'll go to F1 Nerd in the Freeze Foundation getting a podium. My guy, F1 Nerd. Man, you were leading the laps. You almost had it, man. And just ran out of grip at the end, I believe, with those soft tires. Did you have anything left towards those final few laps?
Hey, C Freeze. Hey, D'Angelo. How are you guys doing? Yeah, it was lovely leading those laps, especially with how fast Ionical was in qualifying and the race. But yeah, came down to that second safety car and didn't want to pit for softs, but it was pitting or just not finishing in the top 10. So tried keeping Pilot behind, but he was too fast. But Zionical was also catching up towards the end, but I think it was a lap late. So uh, good points for the team. So I can't argue, and a nice podium.
Yeah, it looked like you really had some nice pace out there. How was it from your perspective, from the racing side? Was there any argy-bargy on your end? What did you see out on track from your point of view?
The first few laps, I was surprised I could keep up with top three. So I was just like taking my time. I knew they were all on softs, and I was on mediums, so I just like playing the waiting game until I think Kluka went off fighting the Alfa Romeo, and then I just had it was also Zionical pitted on lap 1 or 2 with BSC, which was I was quite surprised, but I guess it worked out at the end for him, which is great. But yeah, a lot of there wasn't a lot of one-on-one fights really, but yeah, I was quite surprised that my pace I could fight these guys, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, now we were looking. You do not have any race wins here in Silver Class. You were very close today, but what are some tracks in the future on this schedule that you're kind of circling? Do you think you could maybe snag a win? Because I think the speed you have is really comparable to the other top guys, and I think you could put yourself right up there.
Well, to be honest, Netherlands never had done a league race here before or practiced until last week, so I think it just comes down to just practicing and just being consistent with every track, maybe the amount of practice you put in. So I think now that I know that practice makes perfect,
Oh,
so
right.
I'll just
What was
be
that
I'll
again?
just be
What was the word? What was the word?
practice makes perfect.
Practice. Yeah, what was the word? Practice. Practice, practice, guys.
Practice, yeah.
Be prepared and you get good results. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think just keep practicing and just be up there fighting with the guys, having a good race every week. Just got to be consistent. But yeah, if I just keep practicing, maybe fight with Chabar for P2 in the championship. Unless maybe P1 if Zionical has a couple off days. But yeah, just practice.
Nice. Well, yeah, you did get a P2 with Red Bull, so it's 2 weeks in a row. Chabar got one last week, now you got one this week. Looking good in the constructors as well, so that's another thing to look towards. I think the constructors is going to be really close this season as well, so a good result, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you, Seafreeze. And I just had a quick question for Zionical.
Oh yeah, go absolutely.
Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted congrats on the podium finish. I just wanted to ask about that safety car restart. Was when you kind of went? It was like the last week scenario where you just it seemed like you were about to go and then you stopped and then you went.
Yeah, I
Was
just
that
I just got caught. The second time or the first time? Because I went two
The
safety
first
car
time.
restarts.
It was,
Yeah, the first time
time.
I got caught out. The second time,
Oh, okay.
I was just going slow, and I don't think I fully committed to the gas before I took a little lift off going out of the corner. But yeah, first time I thought I had left enough, and yeah, I just got caught out by the gap. To the
Oh,
safety
okay,
car.
All right, then, yeah, that was all. Because I was scared I was about to hit you there, but yeah, thanks for that.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, F1 nerd. If you ever fail in the driving department, you could always join in the commentary because you just took the job away from D'Angelo. I mean, you asking questions right here. I've never seen that before. That was incredible. So if you ever want to do a co-commentary, the seat is always open. And hey, we always have a podcast, so you should always maybe come on for one.
I appreciate it, Seafreeze. We'll do it in the future, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
Thanks.
well, that was a great audition, so very well, F1 Nerd. How about this, F1 Nerd? How about ask Pilot Pants a question?
Pilot Pants. What question? I didn't see him have the race until like the last
right.
few laps of my race lead, and I was like, oh no. But
That's all right.
I guess. You can go ahead.
Yeah. You don't
Thank you, Seafreeze.
No problem. All right, we'll go to the race winner, and it was a true last to first challenge. Pilot Pants, you got your first podium and first win, and a last to first challenge in a 3-tire special in the Netherlands. That's a pretty good way to get your first win. So congratulations, and talk us through it a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. So I knew going into the race, obviously I was starting from the back, and I knew I had to be aggressive with it. I figured my best chance was to start on softs, see how many positions I could gain, go from there. And I did get pretty lucky with both safety cars. They came out right at the time I was going to pit anyway. So I got lucky with them, and it was really just trying to make the most of it, overtake as many cars as I could. And I put a lot of practice beforehand. I did a couple races, full race distance of just starting from the back and seeing how far up I could get doing different strategies with 3 tires.
And we saw you start to at the back of the grid. Now, is that because you crashed out, or because we didn't quite see it? Did you have a penalty, or
yeah. So I wasn't at Abu Dhabi, but the race before that, I don't even remember which one it was, but I did get a back of the grid penalty, so I had to start from the back for this race.
Ah, okay. So you had to start from the back, and what was the mindset? Did you even have did you think you could really win from the back, or was that like, all right, let's just try and get a good race, see where we can go?
Going into it, I knew that I was quick. I knew I had a lot of pace, and I put a lot of work into just purely race practice, not so much time trial. So I knew I could do good. But going into it, I was thinking, a top 5 would be nice. I wasn't thinking I'd be able to make it to the win.
And you did mention you missed last week, and how are we feeling moving forward? Are you able to make the races, and how do you feel? Do you think you could claw your way back in? With this win, definitely helps. I know you had an issue in the first round with the disconnection, the AI not taking control, so it just seems like a weird way to start the season. But now that you got the win, you could really take this momentum forward.
Yeah, I had the first 3 races have just been pretty awful. The first one I had a PC issue, so I couldn't get in time. Second one, I just made 2 pretty bad mistakes. And then the last one I missed again. So, it hasn't been a great start. But going forward, I do think I can, I feel like I can fight at the top pretty consistently. I don't know if I'll be able to win the championship, but, I think I can get up there, maybe top 5, top 3 going forward.
Nice, and since this is your first win in this league, my question is: have you had other experiences in other leagues, and if so, have you won, or what, or how have your experiences been if you did do other league races?
So I only just started league racing with another league about 3 weeks before this one, and in that one I haven't really been doing great. I got my first podium last week, but other than that, that is the best I've done. So this is my first ever win in league racing.
This is his first win! Oh my goodness, it's to come in TCR, it's his first win! That's pretty cool. Your first win?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. First win ever. That's pretty cool. No, that's a big thing. I mean, you only get one first one, right? I mean, after that, then they're not first anymore. They're second, third, and then you start racking them up.
To be last to first, that feels pretty special too.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Add a 3-tire special too. when you got a penalty, it's like they put you back there and they gave you a challenge and you won it.
Yep.
Ain't that something? Well, that's a pretty cool way to win your first race. So go celebrate it, and hopefully we'll see a lot more this season. How about that?
I hope so too. Yep.
Awesome. Well, I think that's going to do for the post-race interviews. So thanks to the drivers for that. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. But first, I'm going to hand it over to D'Angelo to give us a short summary, 5 words or less. Let's see. What
Delivered more than expected.
Okay. Yeah. No, I would think that. Yeah, that's pretty true. We didn't think we'd get really any overtaken here at the Netherlands. We thought it'd be kind of, spread out and hard
Boring.
to overtake. But man,
Strategy.
the front stretch the front straightaway you could really tuck into the slipstream and dart and get some moves going. And the tires worked. We had safety cars. We had chaos. We had some good racing too, but we also had some chaos. So it all comes with it. So we'll go through the incidents how we always do. But if you like that today, then we'll have to tune in tomorrow for the Golden class and Thursday for the Platinum class. And we are where next week? Round 5. Has to be Britain.
I think it is. Yes, I'm checking.
Oh, France. Never mind.
Oh, is it El France? Oh,
We'll
shit,
go
we're
to-
actually racing in France. Okay, that's fine.
We'll go to La Franca next week, and that'll be round number 5. Until then, it's been a pleasure. I hope everyone enjoyed. Check the description for more information. And until next time, have a good night, everybody.